Now, Whitney Houston once sang, "I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way." Well, we need to invest more in developing today's youth in order to bring about a brighter tomorrow for all. As we celebrate the youth this month, we take a look at some of the Empower Youth movement's initiatives to ensure Orange Farm youth are equipped with the necessary skills to take on the world. The head of Empower Youth, Dumisile Le Roux, joins me now to tell us more about their work. Dumisile, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. Just first of all, tell me about this project and why Orange Farm in particular.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for having me on the show this afternoon. The first thing that I do want to express is that Empower Youth is a product of EmpowaWorks, and EmpowaWorks is just a marketing agency that is based in Johannesburg. And 8 years ago, we decided to give birth to this progressive platform that really speaks to the plight of our young people as far as unemployment, inequality, and poverty is concerned. But moreover, we're ensuring that youth that are in marginalized areas are not left behind from information and opportunities that lie out there for youth, for training, jobs, mentorship, funding, and internship opportunities. And what we do is we bring these opportunities closer. So we've been operating in the area of Orange Farm now for the past 8 years as our host city for Johannesburg, but we've also replicated into other parts of our country.
And how far does, your program leave the youth in terms of employment, being able to get skills, etc.?
Sure. So what we do is we actually engage industry, which then brings these opportunities to young people. So industry partners with us in terms of funding and in terms of bringing tangible opportunities that really transform the lives of these youths. So they come in and they're really exposed to two things, which is the information sessions that take place across the industries that we host. So for instance, the past event that took place in Orange Farm, we explored about 11 different industries ranging from 4IR to finance to agriculture, transport, together with the Transport Education Training Authority. Youth come in, they're really exposed to what are the scarce skills that lie around these sectors, what skills requirement do they need to possess in order to tap into these particular opportunities. We then have a dating session between the two where each entity gets to know, the young person that may suit the particular skill set that they're looking for, and then the marrying then takes place when youth are actually exposed and are actually provided with these tangible opportunities by the end of the summit. So we ensure that youth are inspired, they're connected, and they're transformed through the hosting of this particular summit.
So if a person is not from Orange Farm, for instance, and doesn't get to find out as easily as those who live in that area do about your initiative, if they're listening right now, how do they, become a part of it?
Sure. I think so. What we have done, we are replicating into all 9 provinces of our country, understanding that this is a nationwide catastrophe that we're facing when it comes to youth unemployment. So we've been to, KZN, we've been to Northwest, we've been to Limpopo and Johannesburg, and we'll be further going to Mpumalanga end of next month. We're going to Eastern Cape in September, as well as Northern Cape in October. So we are trying to touch all the areas of our country. However, this is a virtual platform. So if you aren't able to attend in person when we host these summits within your province, you're then able to, connect with us virtually via YouTube as well as Facebook. So you'd need to follow our page, which is at Empower Youth, for you to then have access to join us on a virtual platform.
I heard you mention, for instance, business that is quite supportive when it comes to your initiative. And I'm not sure if I missed it, but what about government, different government departments? Do you get any support there?
Certainly, like I said, our major partner here is the Transport Education Training Authority, which, anchors most of our platforms, ensuring that we are able to bring these opportunities closer to young people. And hosting this, a summit of this magnitude is quite costly in its nature. So we do have some entities like your TETAs, like your WNR CETAs, we have the NYDA as well that also comes in and participates participate. So there are, a number of government institutions and entities that do come on board and provide opportunities as well as the funding that we require to be able to host a summit of this magnitude.
Dumisile, how important is it for, the youth in this country where we hear some negative news every single day, and obviously, understandably, a lot of people become despondent. There are people who went to prestigious universities in our country and have acquired very important degrees, artisans who are sitting at home, for example. So just talk to me about the importance of not being despondent and, trying to join your initiative or starting their own to make a difference.
Sure. I think I've been so lucky to be exposed to so many different young people. Yes, there are those that are despondent, but there are also those that are full of so much zeal and hope. That create something out of their current situation. So a lot of young people have actually started venturing into business, which is something that we really need to focus on, as young people and as industry, and understanding that youth can see that, there's only so many opportunities that can be provided, understanding that we are 4.9 million young people that are unemployed at this point, and industry just cannot physically absorb all of them. So youth have ventured into business. They've started different types of businesses, like some are have opened restaurants, some have got hair salons, some are actually in agriculture. There's quite a number of them that I've been exposed to. And what's quite important is that young people need to understand that, giving up is not a solution, or it's not going to be a feasible result, especially in being able to transform or change your future. But instead, we then advise them to say, if you are understanding that there's a particular skill set that you then possess, rather hone in onto that. Find out from platforms such as EmpowaYouth how you can be able to explore that particular skill set. Then you can then tap into a stream of getting into business, and we then bring you the corrective partners that can come in and fund your particular entity or work with you and making sure that you move from ideation or startup into an expansion where you're actually becoming a lucrative and sustainable business. So young people are actually, there are some good stories that are out there of young people who have now ventured into entrepreneurship.
All right. Well, that was Dumisile Le Roux. At least we did get most of what she was saying. She is from EmpowaYouth.